Пуснах ми го. А сега ще тествам неща. Ще миналия път, нали се пребах. The microphone was off, everything was off. Why is it upcoming? Weird. Oh! No. Oh! Testing chat. Зачем мне посочинение? Чат. Зачем мне посочинение? Чат. Зачем мне посочинение? Что пусто? How you doing, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about a game that actually really surprised me, even though its hype was through the roof. I personally didn't play the game while the hype was so high, because initially when the game came out, a lot of people, you know, brought up the popularity and the quality of the game, and it blew up, as good things should. But as with many people, I had a what you call now COD brain, which is where you primarily play multiplayer competitive games for so long that they sort of shift your, I don't know, expectations of games. And if you can't outplay someone with sweating, you know, the game just doesn't feel worth it. And I really, you know, ask myself the question, well, is it just me versus bugs versus NPCs? What's the fun in that? And I know that's a very stupid question, and I realize it now after I've tried this masterpiece of a game. So to answer the question, like straight up, the game is superb. It's very good. It has its bad things and its bad sides, which I will be talking about. So let's hop in. I'll be farming level 7 suicide missions. Just let me check the planets. Just because I can talk my way while doing them. If I'm doing something higher, I need to focus. Yeah, but not in the new DLC. That's impossible. Like level 7 in the new DLC is maybe like level 10 or 11 if it existed in the old planets. So yeah, I'll be doing the old planets. I don't want to sweat. I have a notepad with things that I want to talk about, because yeah, the game brings a lot of emotions in me, a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that I, unfortunately, because of how the industry is nowadays, I thought were lost, like live service games. When you hear a live service games, you know, you sort of roll your eyes nowadays, because let me just check where the notepad is. Because live service games just means let's drop a game that is not ready to be released and hope that people support it enough for updates to, you know, sort of roll over and make the game playable. Which is trash. This is not how games should be made, right? Yep, I found my notes. If I put this in the video, just keep in mind I'm doing this while streaming, so that's why it's sort of hectic. So yeah, I think Helldivers really brought back the true meaning of live service games, because it's a game that you buy once and you can buy everything in the store that you need. These sort of war medals, which are like little battle passes for 1000 super credits, which is this blue currency. And you can farm this quite easily. I would say you would need maybe 3 hours of game time. No, maybe more. Maybe like 5 to 10 hours of game time in order to collect enough super credits to buy whichever warband you need. And while collecting super credits, you also collect these war medals, which allow you to unlock things. You see how this is unlocked because I haven't bought this Warbound. Because I haven't unlocked this Warbound. And on top of that, you need to play and collect these war medals in order to unlock things in the Warbound itself. So even though I've done it, I've spent money, like I bought these things once, I sort of, regret it a little bit because when you buy these things, you don't have enough war medals. When, if you don't have any of them saved up. So I bought the Halo one, and then I had to play a lot in order to unlock everything I wanted from the Warbound itself. And now I bought the new one, the new one that came out yesterday, and I can't buy anything because I don't have any war medals collected. So I'll be farming war medals. But yeah, it's sort of a great loop they have invented where you need to play, you need to enjoy the game in order to get even more value from it, even more enjoyment from it, which is a true live service game. There are no microtransactions, there are no ads flying in your screen, even though, we don't consider them an ad because it's a purchase from the game you're playing. Let's say Apex Legends or Call of Duty, when something pops up that they want you to buy, it's absolutely an ad, even though we don't realize it. And I have to tell, I have to be honest, man. It's a breath of fresh air to not have this in a game, to not have things popping up. Buy me, buy this, 800% value, 300% value, and all of these, malicious strategies. I'm making a stop because I want to check my mic. Yep, the game is a little bit too loud. I'm going to increase my mic a little bit, lower the game. So yeah, I have to say, it's a pleasure. It's just a pleasure to have this sort of live service tag on a game to actually be truthful to its meaning, right? Let me check the volume. While I'm speaking, I want to shoot and see. Yeah, I can increase it a little bit. Oh no, bug breach. Nice fall, man. So essentially it is what the COD player's brain people say it is, which is, you versus NPCs. But what makes it special is that it has this vibe, it has this okay, I want to redo this because not only you died, but you're not exactly paying attention to what you're saying. Just this. Nice. So even though the COD brains, are right that it is just you versus NPCs, and there is no multiplayer, this type of competitiveness against other people, which a lot of people seek nowadays because of how modern games are. But I really like that Helldivers haven't chased that trend, and they have still stayed true to their idea of the game and what it should be. And what I also like about the game is that the more you play it, the more you realize how much strategy and skill and positioning and stratagem combos there is. It's a lot to think about when you're playing the game. It's not just mindless shooting of enemies, especially throughout the more difficult. I don't know. Especially. Okay. Especially as the difficulty ramps up, you have to think about the game more and more in a more deep way, which is, you know, it's fantastic. But yeah, I really enjoy the fact that they have strayed away and they have stayed true to their path and haven't fallen into this trend chasing, you know, way where, you know, a lot of games are made the way they're made because of what's popular, not because of what the developer intended to do with the game. And I really like that even nowadays, even when games are always chasing trends, developers are always chasing trends and chasing what brings them the most money, because after all, they're a business, and a business first, and after that an entertainment industry, which is sad, but this is how it has been growing for 20 years now. I'm really glad that there are still developers like the Helldivers developers that just want to create something for gamers. They want to create something that they themselves would play and enjoy. And Helldivers, there's in Helldivers DNA, you can see that absolutely everywhere. But they're bad things, and I will be talking about them later. So, you know, strap on, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy the video through its entirety. Secure the charger. Can they? Yes, thanks. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm more focused on killing myself and yapping than playing the game. So yeah. But yeah, there's this video where a Call of Duty creator, and I haven't seen him. He sounds like a cool dude. Was absolutely surprised by the way the game is made and the progression system is made, and how you actually unlock things isn't behind a paywall. It's behind grinding the game itself. And yes, you can pay for that particular path to be unlocked for you to be able to grind for the specific things you need or you want. But I have to say, man, it's weird to see that people are surprised by this. It's actually sad to see that, because it just shows how bad it's become when it comes to game development. If developers expecting you to actually play the game in order to unlock the things that you want to unlock, to progress through things and unlock the things, you know, that you have made yourself goals, you know. And that's surprising to people. And that being surprising to people is surprising to me. And it's also weird. And, you know, I don't come from zero competitive games. I play a lot of Apex Legends, and I've played a lot of Dota for 20 years. I know that feeling when you're trying to compete, when you're trying to prove that you're better than other people, and it's a great feeling. But in Helldivers, you sort of have that, but it's against yourself. And it's even more fulfilling when you accomplish something that you weren't able to accomplish before. Oh, a ladder tower. Nice. Take that really quickly. And I really truly believe that Helldivers has the recipe to be a game that could be called a classic in 15 years. And the developers behind it with passion, full of passion, to sort of support that notion and that idea of a game being, in a way, eternal. Like Halo is, and like StarCraft is, and all of these amazing games from our childhood. I'm sorry if this is not a high-level gameplay. I am really trying to focus here. But I also want to get my point across, so... And if you have any interest in... No, not this. Yeah. Can I take that? Yeah. Hey, hello, little one. If you have any interest in playing FPS games, I absolutely urge you to try the game out. And with Steam's 2-hour cashback, if you haven't made 2 hours in the game, you can refund the game itself. There's no actual risk of you, there's no risk to lose your money, and it's not a lot of money. It's not a AAA game kind of pay. Cost, not pay, whatever. Okay. I truly hope you find the same thing I found, which is it's just something fresh. It feels fresh enough to be my favorite most played game of 2025. Which again is weird because I come back from my history of gaming was mostly competitive shooters and MOBAs. And I feel like I'm not alone in this, but I've played a lot of games because of a habit, because of something that, I just used to do every day. I've played Dota like this, and I've played CS like this. And when it stopped being fun, I didn't really realize, I didn't even think about it. And just give me a moment. Stalkers are the worst. You know what? How about you die? Where's your nest, buddy? Can I reload? Okay, let me deal with these guys. Maybe throw some mines. Zero mines popped. That's weird. Oh, okay, there's one. Jeez. So yeah, this game is fun. It's giving me this, vibe of I'm not playing this game because I have a habit of playing it. And there was a time where gaming felt boring for absolutely everyone, and there was a lot of videos and a lot of creators talking about it. There was just this huge burnout during the COVID era where everybody was stuck at home playing the same thing, doing the same thing. And well, this game is absolutely that. It's just doing the same thing, farming stuff I feel like I can spend 1,000 hours in this game and still have an urge to play it or still have my interest wide open for it. And that's why I think it could be a classic one day. It could be something that people still have a niche for. Because who doesn't like shooting at people? Because, who doesn't like shooting at NPCs and at bugs? It's just... Somebody here? No? I don't want to fight this patrol. And there's a lot of things that, as if you come from standard FPSs, you need to sort of get the hang of. For example, the gun ergonomics and everything about them. You need to sort of get used to it. But its uniqueness is also interesting. It looks like something you've already played. It feels like something you've already played, but it's maybe not as smooth. There's some skill to it. There's something, a new aspect to it that makes it interesting, even though it's something that you should be used to, right? And I like that. It's a little bit different than whatever your expectations are. What is this? Okay. Let me just back up a little bit. You go ahead. There's some mines for them. I like this. How much meters? Okay, I gotta go back. Oh, wait a minute. Just preemptive steam. A little bit of Red Bull. Oh man, I love this gun. I'll be talking about the DLC later on. It's absolutely worth it in my opinion. Where's the next bug breach? Oh, it's there. Okay. I don't have anything to deal with it. Not even needs. Just go back, hit and run. As much as we can run from these foul creatures. You know what? Take some nades. Oh, I reload. Quasar hit the big boy. Big ugly man. I did not consent to your penis, mister. Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched. Yeah. I like how this game has a lot of in common with games like Halo, games like, fantasy worlds like Star Wars. It sort of hits a lot of spots at the same time. Oh! Ah. Okay. Have to fight the old school way. Where was my resupply? I think it's somewhere here. Yep. Hi there! Can you please ignore me? Please ignore me. Okay. I get it, you're angry. Now you're dead. Okay, what else do I want to play? Do I want to talk about? Not what do I want to play. So we did talk about this. Oh, I failed the mission. God damn. Apparently I can't play and talk about the game while I'm doing level 7. Maybe I need more focus. So yeah, I wanna jump onto the negatives of the game. Because overall, I absolutely enjoy the game. Don't get me wrong, it's a great game, but it has its flaws. It just does. For example, if you know absolutely nothing about the game, the first thing that annoys me the most, and it's the biggest issue of the game, I think, is there are 3 races that you're fighting against. One of them is these termites, which are the bugs I just fought. The second one is these automations, which are robots, and I think between the two, I slightly prefer the bugs, but both of them are really, really fun to fight. They're just, you have things to counter both, you have things to experiment with both factions. But there comes this third faction, which is the most recent one that they added to the game, that is absolutely not fun to fight. If there isn't a mission for it, people are not doing it. Like, just compare the first section of each of the factions. 18,000 Helldivers in the automation. 14,000 in the termite. You go over here, 7,000. 1,600. Oh my god. Yeah. If you need stats for something, this is it. I mean, yeah. And so why do I not like them? They're just not fun to fight. I will quickly jump into just to show you what I'm talking about.
Initiating FTL jump to the Seychelles Beach system. FTL jump successful. Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed.
So the termites, right? So the termites, right? They're like the Zerg from StarCraft. They overwhelm you with numbers, and they have these jumping bugs that are sort of annoying, but also quite counterable. You can do a lot of things against them. Even though their whole shtick is trying to overwhelm you with numbers. The robots have ranged attacks, which means a patrol can be shooting at you from a long distance. You can get surprised by a shot that you're not expecting, from an angle that you're not expecting. And the Illuminates have both, for some reason. They can swarm you with their zombies, and at the same time, the Overseers are so hard to deal with. When there's 2 or 3 or 4, it just gets insane. And one of the most unfun things about this race is that when you're fighting robots, you have patrols that are coming in and dropping robots. They're dropping additional enemies to fight against. When you're fighting the bugs, they're the bug holes where you can just counter it by throwing a Tesla tower on top of it or a napalm on top of it, which continuously will deal damage to the bugs that are coming out from the bug hole. Right, amazing. So what did they think? What did the devs think of? So what is the same thing for the Illuminates? What is their patrol and their reinforcement? It's just a terrible idea, I'll tell you that. When you're fighting the robots, let's just compare it to the robots because it's the closest one. It's the same thing. A ship comes in and they drop some robots. In this case, they drop Illuminates. But the ships themselves can be countered. One hit from the quasar gun on the robots, if you hit the engine side of the robots, of the robot ships, it falls down and you kill the robots with it. But here they have a shield. The ships have a shield. And you have to use 2 quasar. And you have to use 2 big shots in order to take a ship down. Which is... it's just not fun. Also, these stupid little shits have the same thing. Well, not this one because it didn't notice me, but if one of these notices you, it initiates a shield. The only thing I absolutely love about fighting the Illuminates is the music. The music is fantastic. It's great. So yeah, these are the Overseers. Look how many shots they can tank. Why? I don't get it. It's really derpy because you have to firstly knock down the shield from their arms and then knock down the shield from their chests in order to do damage to them. I don't like that about them. They're too hard to fight, in my opinion. You probably won't see it in this gameplay because this is level 7. Oh yeah, these guys are also super annoying. They don't have a weak spot, even though when you pop these faces, you know, it feels like you're shooting at a weak spot, but you're not. And they have so much health. Look at the amount of ammo that I need to waste in order to kill one of these. Are they supposed to be like the equivalent of chargers? Are they supposed, because they do charge you and they do actually hit you through walls. But it's they're so annoying. When there's 3 or more in the same POI, you just can't possibly deal with it. You have to ignore that fight. And what's fun about the game is fighting, right? A lot of people say on the internet, just pick your fights. Okay, but they're sitting on the POI. Look at how many monsters. What did I do for them to come to me? I have 0 bullets right now. Okay. Maybe that's a skill issue, but yeah. So you see how you have these swarms, and at the same time you have people attacking you from long range. Why? I hate that design. It's not a great design. It's not fun to fight. And this does one-shot you, yeah. This one absolutely one-shots you. And you see the shield? I have to pop the shield first and then kill the goddamn thing. It's so annoying. I don't get it. No, you don't. You don't! Thank you. And it regenerates so quickly. It's so stupid. It's just so stupid. I absolutely hate fighting the Illuminates. Yeah, and they have Tesla towers around their bases, which also takes 2 shots to take down, except if you have a 500 kg. If you drop a 500 kg on top of one of their buildings, it dies, right? And that's fine. This motherfucker didn't die from a 500. How is that fair? It's not. It's not. It's what it is. So yeah, people online tell you to pick your fights and things, and you know the Illuminates are the most strategic race to encounter and to fight. Sure, I get that notion, but at the same time, when you're fighting for a POI, and you have 3 of the big ones, maybe 3-4 overseers behind them, and one of these motherfuckers, and also 200 zombies chasing you, you don't really have a counter to that, right? The only thing that I've successfully pulled off many times is having my jump pack, just jumping through a long distance, turning around and spamming up, spamming them with some sort of big boom like this one. So let's pop the shield with the Quasar and see what the 500 kg will do. Yeah. So you have to spend 2 of your big arsenal in order to kill one NPC. And when you have 200 of them chasing you, it just isn't fun. I don't like the Illuminate. It doesn't bring happiness when you when you fight them and when you finally defeat a mission, even if you're successful, it doesn't feel fun. It's you don't have that. Oh yeah, I did it. You have that. Oh, goddamn, I did it. You don't have gratitude. You don't feel like you've gained some skill or whatever. You just feel like you got lucky and you managed to escape. And I'm talking about difficulties from 7 to 10. Before that, like this one, I think it's 6. It's not that hard. It's not that overwhelming. But yeah, anything further is an absolute nightmare to fight. And you see this red thing. I don't want to fight it. Any other race, I would love to get into that city, fuck shit up, you know, blow some bug holes, kill some robots. But when I'm doing this, when I'm fighting the Illuminates, no, I get away from it. And I don't think that's something that should happen when you're playing a game like Helldivers. People love fighting. That's why we love this game. We love blowing shit up. And when you need to use 2 of your big blows on one thing, it sort of feels unfair. It feels like a cheat to have, you know, for enemies to have 1 lifeline more, or for them, like an overseer doesn't die from a 500. That's not a rare thing, believe me. It's just weird. But yeah, they're just not fun. So the next thing that I don't like about Helldivers so the next thing that I don't like about Helldivers is the limited options you have when it comes to graphics and display. You don't even have the most recent, the best functions that have come out in the last 5 years, which is DLSS and FSR. You don't have support for these two. And for the life of me, I don't know why. Why not? And I have to say, this is the perfect game for that thing to have an effect, and for it to not ruin your competitive integrity, or, you know, to see frames that don't exist wouldn't matter that much for your reaction time in a game like this. I just don't get it. The optimization of this game is also something that they need to work on. If you go onto the Reddit with Helldivers, but you know, I have to be honest, this is the same for a lot of games. If you go onto the Reddit for every game, there will be people complaining, but in Helldivers specifically, it's a lot. It's people are complaining because they're not happy about how the performance is on a game like this, where the performance should be top notch, I think. But on the Reddit of Helldivers, specifically, this is a big issue. It's a big issue because people have an issue with the game. They have issues as a whole. I'm repeating myself because this will be a YouTube video if somebody's watching the stream. But yeah. So, destroy cognitive disruptor power supply. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Love the barrage. And I think it's ridiculous. I personally have had the most, I think the oldest bug that this game has had, which is sometimes my audio would cut out and the game would freeze for 5 to sometimes even 10 seconds. And in Helldivers, 10 seconds kills you. There's nothing you can do about it. And this is an issue that my brother as well, who is very good at the game himself, has had, and he's playing on AMD graphics cards, and I play on NVIDIA graphics cards, so this issue is persistent in both parties, in both green and red teams. Which is, you know, usually it's common for a game to have issues with one or the other. To not be optimized for one or the other. But yeah, this game feels like it's not optimized well for both. And I'm not saying that it's a game-breaking issue. It's not, you know. But it's annoying. It definitely is annoying. It has ruined runs. It's not a big deal, but yeah. I thought I was with the revolver. Oh, this is how they call ships. Now, oh my god. Let me just show you what I mean. You see how ships also have the blue thing around them? The goddamn shield? You cannot take it down. You just can't. I have to pop my 500 because, yeah, that's just such a fun design. And at the same time, oh, they throw nades as well. Yeah, amazing. And these flying fucks on PlayStation or Xbox, they're so difficult to hit with the controller. I've seen people that have played the game and play the game for a living, like creators, having difficulty hitting them. Not having difficulty, having struggling to hit them, which is. And I've read that there's issues with PlayStation, which is, you know, on PC, I get it. There's so many parts that you need to optimize in order for the game to run for everyone on a level that is acceptable, and I get that. But on PlayStation, every single PlayStation has the same hardware. Well, not every, but you get what I mean. But I'm not a developer. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about here. It's just my thoughts on the matter. It's weird for me that a PlayStation port has issues, the same issues that a PC port would have. I would figure it would be easier to optimize the game for PlayStation. Oh, it's so fun. Stop the laser, thank you. Okay, go at that again. Stop the laser. No, not the nade. I got touched by the laser and I die. It's such bullshit. Yeah, drop on it. Die. Bitch. Okay. So yeah, they need to work on their optimization. They definitely need to work on bugs. Because there's a lot of variety of them, and the severity. I'm happy I'm not one of the guys that are complaining on Reddit, because they're suffering crashes, they're suffering bigger issues. There's so much things worse than what I'm experiencing, and mine is annoying, so you know, can't imagine for other people. The next thing that I don't like about the game is there are these objectives that you can only do with 2 men, or you have to have your I'm not really exactly sure what the warbound itself it's called, but you need to have the warp thingy that teleports you from. It's a close distance, but it teleports you some. the warp backpack or something like that it's called. It basically teleports you a close distance in the direction you're facing, and it's the only thing that can get you that objective that I'm currently talking about. It's an objective that requires 2 people to touch the button in order for the door to open. And I would really appreciate it if there was a way for a solo person to be able to complete that objective. Maybe they should do something else, or there's some patrols in that spot. You know, they should do something for solo players to be able to complete that objective, because it's one of the main resources of super credits when you're farming them. And if you just want to listen to music or watch some series while you're playing Helldivers, just playing solo, not thinking about the game, but at the same time doing something for it, like farming super credits. It's annoying. It's annoying to have these objectives, and they're all almost absolutely on every map they spawn. So, yeah. Maybe they should make it as, you have to complete an additional objective in order to be able to open that door, or let's say you have to kill a patrol that is guarding the spots, and then you have to call in a robot hand or something that automatically just clicks the button or something like this. They should make it available for solo players. Now I want to talk about something that's Now I want to talk about something that is a little bit controversial, and that is stalkers. Stalkers are absolutely, don't get me wrong, they're fun to fight. Let me contradict myself from the absolutely beginning. They're fun to fight. There should be in the termites arsenal, but they're just too overpowered. They're absolutely too overpowered. Let's see what they have, right? Let's just check what they have, right? Let's just count it. They have a lot of HP. They have a lot of damage. Some of them have invisibility. Some of them ragdoll you from a distance, and from a lot of distance. And they can chase you with the speed of light, is what it seems like. If you let's say you want to dodge a stalker, you do this, and it's already here in your feet, even though you've used your dash, right? What the hell? They have absolutely everything. And I think there's two ways that they can minimize their overpoweredness. One of the ways, I think, would be to only spawn them when you're about to fight a stalker lair. To not have them in patrols, to not have them guarding POIs, to just have them when you're fighting a stalker lair. And the distance that triggers them should be a lot lower, I think. Because the player should have it as a mission in his mind to kill the stalkers, is what I'm trying to say. You should aim to kill the stalkers in order to produce a fight with them. You should be looking to fight them and not the other way around. And that solution has two big issues. One of it is that on higher difficulties, this would be absolutely stupid, and especially if you're fighting with more than 2 players, stalkers aren't that big of an issue. And if you're using stagger weapons like shotguns, they're not that big of an issue. But when you're solo and you're trying to do level 9, 10, and so on, the harder levels from 8 to 10, it's simply impossible to play with anything else than a stagger weapon. And if you don't like shotguns, if you want to play with, let's say, this weapon, for example, which is very good at killing bugs, you sort of are forced to strategize and think about only the stalkers, right? And I know, I've completed level 10s with weapons that are not stagger weapons. It just feels like it, because they jump you, they do a lot of damage, they one-shot you sometimes. They ragdoll you, they have stealth, they have everything. They're the perfect bug, right? They're super fast. If you hit them a lot of the time, if you try to do a lot of damage to them, if you caught them perfectly and you start shooting them, they will jump backwards and use their stealth ability. And while you're fighting other kinds of bugs, it's quite overwhelming and quite overpowered. So yeah, my next solution would be for them. This is the and my next solution is the thing that I actually want to see in the game, which is for them, for the ragdoll, to not be so absolutely overpowered. To not the distance for it to be minimal or melee, because they ragdoll you from a distance. Like let's say this guy, this overseer is a stalker from this sort of a distance, and they jump you from there to there, and they ragdoll you instantly. And there's nothing you can really do. So yeah, that's what I don't like. I don't like I don't like mechanics that cannot be countered. And stalkers feel like they cannot be countered if you're not using a stagger weapon. But there's so much, but they're so fun. You know, that's why it's a complicated issue, at least for me. It's a little bit controversial. I really like their design. I think they should be in the game. I don't think they should remove them, but they should tone them down a little bit. Okay. Maybe I should think about the game a little bit now. Let me deal with this. Oh yeah, and another thing that I don't like about the eliminates. For example, I called my resupply there. And I'm actually used to that, to doing these sort of moves with the bugs. You call a resupply and you make a circle in order for them to chase you and for them to, you know, sort of hit you from the same angle. So you can make a circle around the resupply and just go to a resupply. And you cannot do that with when there's overseers shooting you and shit like that. It's insane. Yeah, sure. And they don't die from the ultimatum. Oh, they did. Okay. That's nice. Where the fuck is the resupply? Stop, please. Is it like here? Where's the goddamn resupply? Oh, it's on top, isn't it? Yeah. Goddamn. It's not on top. I guess it's just missing. Whatever. Yeah, let's do the wall. I don't want to deal with them. Okay, the next thing I don't like about the game, or no, I would say this is just a little bit of a nitpick. It's not an issue yet. I don't think it will be an issue for a long time. But yeah, the maps are repetitive. Their design is repetitive. Their environment is very different. You can play in absolutely huge amounts of environment. You have jungles, you have deserts, you have these kinds of things, you have moons and so on and so forth. But the designs, the layouts of the maps, even though they're semi RNG, I think they're generated. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. They feel like they're generated. Is repetitive enough for me to think, and for sometimes to be like, oh, well, they are repetitive. But why is it only a nitpick and it's not a big issue? Well, because it's a negative, but it's also positive. The more you get familiar with the game, the more you realize you don't need the map that much. The more you realize you don't need the map that much, because you sort of seeing these things, you sort of see how because the more you play that because you more the because you more you play the more you play on them, the more familiar you are with where the objectives are, and you stop. Oh my god, you're so annoying. You're absolutely annoying. Please stop. And now I'm going to die. And I'm going to fail. I didn't fail, guys.
Reporting to the front.
So familiarity in this game is a positive, I would say. But also I feel like in 2 years people would be absolutely tired of the map layouts, and you know, they should think of new structures, new ways of fighting them. Like they actually have made a lot of progress there, because on the new DLC you fight in the termites caves, and when you're fighting in the cave you cannot use your stratagems, which, you know, increases the difficulty of the game by a lot. So that's why it's just a nitpick. It's not something that they should have as first priority. I think the first priority should be game optimization.
Have a taste of democracy.
What's next? Super rare samples? Yeah. The next thing I don't like about the game is the super rare samples. A lot of people, you have a lot of you have a lot of really old dated tutorials that tell you that it's super easy to find them on the map, because they're just gray little thing that you can see if you look for. No, you can't. You absolutely cannot. You cannot. They're super random. I cannot even find one now. There are these rocks, these little tiered shaped rocks that are crucial to mid-game to end-game progress when it comes to ship upgrades. This is also just a nitpick. I think super rare samples should be, you know, hard to find, but maybe I'm just angry at the people that say, oh, it's super easy to find them, or maybe I'm just colorblind. I don't know. So yeah, it's not something I dislike about the game, it's something I dislike about what people say, how easy it is to find them. The next thing I absolutely actually hate is inconsistency when it comes to stratagems in the jungle biomes, because a lot of the stratagems you use there would hit the trees. And yes, there's some reality to that. Well, not even really. Okay. And while I understand why it happens and you need to be vigilant of where your ship is and where you're fighting and what the angle of the ship is, you know, in connection to where you're throwing your stratagems, it's also quite annoying, because let's say you're just about to hit a big, let's say 40 kill 500 kg, or you absolutely need a Tesla tower to save your ass, and suddenly you hear a big boom and just you turn around and look at the bugs, all of them just still chasing you, absolutely safe, nothing, not a scratch on them, and suddenly some tree falls off on top of you because the 500 kg is used to cut trees apparently. And you know, you would say maybe they've done it for realism, but realistically speaking, if something falls from this sort of a distance on top of some branches, it will absolutely destroy the branches. It will just go through them like butter. So yeah, it's not even realism. And the last thing that I've noticed that I don't like about the game, and I'll make a separate video about the DLC and all the things that I don't like about the DLC, because there are some things that annoy me as hell, is the last thing. So yeah, enough of me yapping. The last thing is bugs would have map hacks, and it's not even funny. Let's say you have a stalker that is somewhere on the map and you're close to it and you're fighting other bugs, and you go around this corner and the bug will already have been, would have challenged. No. Yeah. Let's say you're fighting some bugs, let's say over here or here, and you're running from it, and you go around this corner because you want to take some evasive actions, you want to cover yourself from the bugs. Well, suddenly a stalker would come from here and would have already, channeled an attack on you before you even show. And the moment you show, you don't have a reaction to it. You don't have time to react. It's ridiculous somehow. It's ridiculous sometimes how much it annoys me that they have map hacks. And they channel their attacks before you even see them. They don't have a reaction time, and especially for chargers. Like, chargers would just, behind the wall, whatever, they would know where you are. They would just crush the building and crush you with it.
Say hello to democracy.
What the hell? Okay. So yeah, leave it in the comments if there are other things that you can think of that you don't like about the game. Just keep in mind that I make this video while streaming, and next time I'm streaming, you can just hop in, say hi, talk about the game. If you have a passion for other games, we can talk about them. I'm also looking for buddies to teach me how to play Helldivers on a higher level. So,
How about a nice cup of liver?
you're absolutely welcome to come and say hi. I don't bite. So, is the new DLC good in Helldivers 2? Yes, it is good. Overall, it's good. The new way you fight bugs in the caves where you don't have stratagems, I think it's a genius idea. It's something to keep the game fresh. But, there's a lot of things that I like about the new DLC. There's a lot of things that annoy me, and we'll talk about both. So grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the video. So grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the video. By the way, I'm doing all of this while streaming, so if you want to say hi, hop into my stream, say hi, let's talk about the game, let's play together. I don't bite. So, the new DLC has this weapon, which I cannot really show you. Yeah, the Coyote. What an amazing weapon, by the way. What a fucking phenomenal weapon. It's so good against termites, and I understand why they chose termites to upgrade. Even though the Illuminates need a lot of changes, they chose the termites.
Tagging map.
I'll hop in the new planets, in the new DLC planets in a second to sort of show you. I'll hop in the new DLC planets in a second to also show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, are the new bugs fun? I would say people who have little patience to voice their opinions when it comes to negative and negativism, because how do you decide if you don't like something that is new, that is made new? Because how do you have a strong opinion on something that is absolutely new, and it's there for you to figure out how to counter it, for you to figure out how to deal with it, right? People are so quick to voice their opinions on the game and the new things and the new bugs that, you know, crawl under the ground and hit you, without giving it a day or two or a month of playing against them just to see. Can you stop? Jesus Christ, you're so annoying. I hate you. I have a video of what I don't like about the game, and this is one of the biggest things I don't like about the game. This illuminates races, just bleh. But whatever. That's this video is here, so if you want to check it out. But yeah, people are super quick to voice their opinions, and I don't like that about the community. And this is in the community not only of Helldivers, is the gaming community as a whole. But I have to say, something I love about Helldivers is how friendly everyone is in the game. It's fantastic. Reddit, it's something else. It's just Reddit. Reddit being Reddit. But yeah, I don't have strong opinions on the new bugs because I myself still haven't figured out a way to completely counter them, to play against them. Should I keep a distance? Should I be up and close fighting? Should I be using stagger weapons like you use against stalkers? Should I be, you know, all of these things I haven't figured out for myself. So even though I will tell you the things that I think are OP, I'm not saying I don't like it, I think they should change it. No, I'm saying it's OP now, and these are just my thoughts on the game, on the new DLC. So the new bugs, the red warriors, the ones that just crawl under the ground, and then as they pop up, they hit you, and they do a lot of damage. I've actually figured out that if you see one crawling next towards you, you can just jump over it, and it will pop up in the direction it's already crawling at, so it won't really hit you. But just keep in mind that this doesn't work with the chargers. Chargers will ragdoll you if you do that.
1 minute left. Destroyer preparing to leave.
I know they've already patched some. I know they've already patched some bugs, like the absolutely ridiculous turn rates the new chargers had, and the fact that they can just, if they hit you, you die because they just because they take you with them like an Uber, and they crush you multiple times, so they do their damage multiple times. And this is still in the game. I don't know if it should be. I think it should just hit you, do a lot of damage, and ragdoll you a little bit, but it doesn't do that. It just you go with it, and it crushes you multiple times. Anyways, the new chargers I don't think are that much OP. I don't think they're too much different than the normal chargers to deal with. I think it's pretty much the same. You have to wait them out. You have to sort of you have to bait them into showing and just crush them with the quasar or the expandable and so on and so forth. One thing that I really like, but also, you know, the community is not happy with it, is the difficulty. Difficulty 7 of the new DLC feels and plays like difficulty 10 in the normal planets, right? And, well, isn't this how it should be? We're on their planet, we're on their turf. This is, I think this is how the game should be on its maximum difficulty. It should be very hard for you and, let's say, 3 random players to complete a level 10 mission. Even though you sort of know what you're talking about and doing in the game, it should be difficult. Now, the things that I actually don't like, I think are too new for me to comment on them with, you know, high velocity or be angry about it, or they're just my ideas of how it should be. They definitely shouldn't listen to me. I'm not a developer, but still, I'll voice it. This is the idea of the video. it's the worm thingy, the biggest enemy that there is in the game right now. Is super fun to fight. It's not too dangerous. It has a lot of HP, but it doesn't give you anything. If you kill it, I think there should be some reward for it, right? You should feel like you've achieved something other than killing it, of course. And I would think if you, let's say, if you focus on it and the objective of the mission is something else and it's just an obstacle for you to pass, usually what players will do is ignore it and go to the objective themselves. I think if you manage to kill it, there should be some positive for you, whether the bug holes stop spawning or something like that, or they spawn at a very lower, let's say increasingly lower rate, or something, just to give you something for killing it. Maybe super rare samples or something, you know, it should drop something. And I know that there's people on Reddit that have already killed it in 2 minutes. But let's be honest, you're not doing that with rando players that you just want to complete the mission with. The new, the Dragon Coach, the Dragon Roach, I think it's called. Yeah, the Dragon Roach, the dragons, whatever. They spawn on a significantly higher rate than I expected, even on level 7. One spawns, and then after 2 minutes, I think that the next one spawns. And sometimes you need more than 2 minutes to take the first one out because its pattern is really difficult to hit with a quasar. And if you're not cooperating with someone to shoot it down quickly, it's not happening quickly. So a next one will come in, and sometimes they stack. It becomes really difficult to deal with them, and also the swarm, and also the breaches, and so on and so forth. But I really like them as a unit, and I think the only change that needs to happen when it comes to them is for you to have the ability to kill their spawn. I think this should be an objective on every map on level 7 or above, because right now you cannot kill a spawn of dragon. You cannot stop them spawning. I don't even think I can do 6 alone, but I'll try. I like that you can farm super rare samples on level 6 in the new DLC.
Initiating FTL jump to the Neval
But yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool change if you could kill their spawn in a way. But also, yeah, I think you should be able to. You can kill the Sheikah spawn, so you should be able to kill their Mammoth spawn, right?
coordinates locked. Hellpods prime.
But yeah, overall, the new DLC is absolutely phenomenal. I really like the first assault rifle that I'm using right now to fight. It has medium armor penetrating, a little bit of a lower damage, but it has a lower damage because it also lights them on fire, which is super nice to have against bugs. And it works well against the Illuminates, even though I hate that race to fight them. It's just a nightmare. Okay, so let's take 2 things that deals with bug holes, which is going to be the Napalm and either the Tesla Tower or the 500. I'll take the Tesla Tower. The Quasar for the Chargers and the Vile Titans. Yeah, let's hop in. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, I have managed to do level 10 missions on the normal planets, I think once or twice solo, so I'm not that experienced of a player, you know. I'm not that good of a player, but on the new planets I won't probably be able to do 6 alone. And what I mean by do, I just take the objectives, nothing else. Whatever the game determines a successful mission is what I mean.
The uncontrolled spread of determinants ends today.
One of the things I don't like about Helldivers right now is the fog on absolutely every map. Why? I get it for the termites home and so on and so forth, but on normal maps, why? Why does every planet needs to have fog? I don't know. It's just annoying. I don't want to fight you yet. I need to find an objective. Let's see, what is there? So this is probably a bug hole thingy. Here bomb. That's nice. But yeah, I really like that you need to be more strategic when fighting in the DLC. You can't just go all guns blazing because you absolutely get overwhelmed. And the lower kill time when it comes to the bugs that can go on the ground allows the bugs to overwhelm you faster and more regularly. I would say you have to be more consistent in trying to kill them first, because if you take more time and more resources to kill them, let me just do this while I can just keep talking. Hello, how you do?
Freedom forever!
Nah, man. Can you die? Jesus. Yeah, I'll go to test the tower. Make some distance. Maybe there. Nope. Yep, they're absolutely everywhere. Drag me a little bit with yourself and kill me, of course. I want to throw a Gatling there and just go behind it so I can use it. I can still do that. The Tesla Tower is so good against them. It's only one. It's only one bug breach, which is nice. Thanks.
How'd you like to taste of freedom? Have a taste of democracy!
But yeah, people are too quick to voice their opinion, man. It's ridiculous how quickly they decide, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like this, because it doesn't remind me, because it's not something that they can use their previous knowledge to complete. Well, that's the point of the game, right? To evolve, and for you to evolve with it, for your skill to evolve with it. So yeah, just being negative on these is not beneficial to the game. I'm not saying we should ride their dick on everything they decide to do with the game. Absolutely not. You should voice their opinion, your opinion, but not to these extreme levels that I've seen on Reddit. But to be honest, it's my fault that I check Reddit for opinions. So yeah. There's some dudes that can do level 10 solo. How? Insane. I'm too employed for this. You know, it's level 10 of this. Come on.
How'd you like to taste of freedom?
You know what? Take an aid. FPS reload. COD reload. Wasting bullets. Why the hell not? If I shoot this, I don't think I have the time to shoot it. I'll take it after I clean this. Should I? What? I'll use the Gatling. Okay, big breach. Hit you. Hit you. I don't wanna use my ultimatum. It went back, so I didn't hit it. So I don't melee it. What a smart little fella. I am very eager to try the RPG with incendiary capabilities. I think it would be really cool against these sort of bugs. Die. Thanks. Okay, so maybe now I can take the Shrieker's Nests. What is there? Heard the bug. You get your turn, buddy. I like that on the new planets there aren't as many stalkers as there are on the other planets. Don't get me wrong, I like the stalkers. To fight them, it's fun, but it's also quite annoying, and this would be too overwhelming. On level 10, there's all of them, but on level 7, I barely see stalkers. Let's take one more for the run.
Injury? What injury?
Find and close as many holes. Oh, I didn't even look at what mission I'm doing. I'm just focusing on talking about the game. Okay, so it's good that we're next to a city. Okay, let's see what else. Where else are there holes? These holes ain't loyal. Maybe here. Yeah, let's make a diagonal search for holes. And then return to the... Oh, we have time. I think we have time. Yeah, we do. But yeah! It's a cool game, I have to say. It's my favorite game right now. Maybe in part because it's the first game that... Well, not the first, but one of the first games that I enjoy playing, not only by myself, but with my brother. And it's been really fun having to learn a new game with him. Plus, it breaks the cycle of playing multiplayer games that I have to be honest, only give me stress nowadays. I don't get any fun from killing people in Apex or, you know, winning in Dota. I don't know why. It just some time ago it just stopped being fun for me to play competitive multiplayer games. Maybe my time has come and I'm too old. Well, my back does hurt every morning, so I guess that's it. Okay, where are the holes? Where are the unloyal holes? I don't see any holes. Huh? What? Yeah, sure, but it's not what I need. Hmm. 2 minutes to find 3 holes. Should I have stayed in the city? I think I should have. Maybe search there. I don't think I have time now to go back. So we did this. We did this. I don't think there is anything else in the city. That's just a patrol. That sucks. It sucks a lot. I won't be able to use my stratagems. So let's use as much as we can now. What? Whatever. Guess I'm not completing the mission, which sucks. Oh, I had to focus a little bit more on the game. I know this isn't riveting gameplay, but it's new for me to talk and play at the same time. So I'm trying to learn that skill as well. So sorry if there's anybody watching, if it's not fun. Okay. Do we extract? Or do we try to find something? I mean, I failed the mission, so... Okay, 6 isn't that bad. At least these sorts of missions aren't that bad. But 7, I haven't still managed to complete alone. And on the other planet, 7 is the preferred difficulty I farm for rare samples. I think it's the first difficulty that allows you to have rare samples, that spawns rare samples. So yeah, there's a big gap between this and the normal sort of planets. Dun, 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 dun. Music is so good. Yep, game is good. I really like the small details they have added into the game that has made this sort of fighting a little bit even more engaging. It just enhances the experience of the game. And by little details, I mean that every mission, if you look at its description, it has a story behind it if you care about these sorts of things. But if you don't care about that, if you don't give a shit about lore, there's also a lot of cute details when it comes to the weapons themselves. I'm telling you, man, it's more accurate, it's more military accurate than some military games that have been making games for 10 years of the same series. I can't really think of great details right now, but there are videos on those exact details online on YouTube. Okay, let's try a 7-1. We failed this one, so it wouldn't allow me to do the next mission, so yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Oh yeah, one thing that I really like about it is the way they've made the weapon system upgrades. It's not upgrade your damage by whatever amount, let's say 12%. No, it's some stats that you sacrifice. Let's say you sacrifice ergonomics to have an iron sight, which is, I think it's a great system for this type of a game. It doesn't give you an advantage to a level that it doesn't give you an advantage really. It just gives you customization options. You know, it's more of a what do you prefer? Do you prefer ergonomics? Do you prefer recoil? Do you prefer having an iron sight that is capable of 2x or 4x or 10x? And I really like that. It's up to the player to decide what he likes, and it's not a pay to win, is what I'm trying to say. What happened? I forgot my... Oh no, I didn't. I used this one, right? No, this one. Why did it change it for no reason? Whatever. And also the same goes for the armor. I like that they're split into 3 categories: light armor, which is the fastest one; medium armor, which is the medium one. It gives you a little bit more armor, but it also isn't the slowest one. And some of them, well, not some of them, all of them have passive effects. And that also you can surround your gameplay around that as well, which is super cool. Like this Halo armor gives you invulnerability to immunity to leg injuries, and it looks pretty cool. Let's be honest. It looks pretty cool. I'm using this one, which is the newest requisitions one. Dust Devils. This is the DLC, the new Warbound that I was talking about. That is really good, but yeah, in order to that's why I think it's sort of useless to buy super credits from the store, because if you buy super credits, you're up with super credits or whatever. So you buy a Warbound, and let's say you want something from it, and it costs a certain amount of war medals, which is fine, nice. But then a new one comes in, like they did with the Halo one, which was dropped like a week, maybe a week and a half ago, and then the new one, which is this one, which is amazing for the new DLC type of missions. And I don't have war medals for it to unlock the things that I need, which are these two. I want to try this one, and I want to try this one. And this one is so cool. It's such a great idea. So yeah, it's better to farm them, because you farm both medals and super credits at the same time, than to buy super credits. So I like that developers have made this sort of a cycle even more beneficial for game time, for you having fun, rather than spending money and gaining an advantage on people that spend time in the game. So yeah, I like this a lot. And the other thing that you can do is customize whatever stratagems you want to place down, whatever stratagems you want to take with you. And these stratagems themselves can be upgraded through ship modules. And in order to unlock ship modules, you need these samples. And I also think this is a great way to make players think about playing more rather than spending. And sort of pushing them towards the greater difficulties, in order for them not only to get better at the game and to understand it more, but also feel like they progress, like they have increased their skill. It's overall a system that makes you want to play the game more. And it's a system that I think has been missing for a long time in gaming. Every developer's mind is on making you spend more money. This sort of greediness that everybody's sick of nowadays. And suddenly comes Helldivers that doesn't give a shit about how much you want to spend. You just buy the game and you play everything you can achieve for free if you put in the time. And this is how it should be, right? I think. This was the old mentality of amazing games, like previously, if you wanted to unlock cold weapons, you just had to play more. And if you wanted to upgrade them, you just had to play more. And now you can just buy some weapons that are super OP and you can give you the advantage. Or maybe I'm just waffling because I haven't played cold in a while, but there was a time when I'm absolutely sure I'm right, and it sucked. It just sucked. And that's the normal state of the gaming industry, right? Some nice water stim. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun.
Expeditioners,
Oh!
liberty,
Now I remembered something. Another thing that I find it to be quite annoying is if somebody let's say you die and somebody revives you there, the game will spawn you wherever the fuck it wants. And I don't know why. It used to be right on the laser, and now let's say you get spawned there and the game throws you there or there or there or there. It's not on the laser anywhere else but the laser. Let's see if I'm right. Can you counter them like this? Nope. It made a turn. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Sending down sentry. Attacking map.
Oh. One of the big ones. Where are you, buddy? Yes. And another one. Nice. And a dragon. Nice. No! Oh, that's the same one. I didn't kill it in the first.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
I didn't leave it on purpose. Oh my god. Now my tower is against me. Yeah, I'm dead. Ah, that was a bad play.
Reinforcements have been launched. Reporting to the front.
Let's see if I can deal with it alone.
Deploying equipment package.
I have my quasar on me and I can't even get it now.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Oh.
Sending down sentry.
I'm tired. Well, you can see some earth from there. That's nice. Oh, another thing that I don't like about the game. The sentries don't shoot at this. Like, the Gatling doesn't shoot at it for some reason. Why not? It would be such a good counter to it. or the rocket one, or the auto cannon one would actually be viable and with the bugs. This is the only thing that they help with. They just take aggro.
Found something.
Oh, I'm so sleepy. Oof. Yeah, I don't have. See, one. And there's a second one. Oh, I'm actually so tired. I think I'm about to end the stream.
Request approved. Deploying
So if you wanna join me some other time, subscribe to the video and have a blast of a day.
Helldiver KIA.
See ya.